Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry about not uploading yesterday. We just got back from another Wildwood trip. It was our last hurrah before I switch shifts at work. So I will be on grave shift, so now uploads will be done when I get back from work, which will be around afternoon time, 1 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock if I'm running late. But it's going to be in that general sense, not like late like tonight. But like I said, we are going to be knocking out a lot of different face paint designs for Halloween, just to get us geared up and ready for the actual Halloween balloons. Now, a lot of girls they always dress up in Disney princesses, whether it be Belle, Ariel. I know now Target started doing the Spirited Away collection. Uh, Moana from, well, yeah, from Moana. Uh, but yeah, Disney has a great line of princesses that, girls always end up dressing up for Halloween. I see it all the time, unless they're dressing up as Harley Quinn. But we'll do Harley Quinn face paint later. But anyway, when people go and dress up as princesses, they always want to have like some sort of makeup, or they wanted to have like a face paint of a crown, or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to do Disney princess crowns. So for this one, let's do a Belle one, because Beauty and the Beast was pretty popular, especially with the live action one. So with any kind of princess crown, you want to highlight three things or two things, but you want to have the one main thing from the story in the center of your crown, and which is going to be a forehead design. So it's going to peek out here. Sorry, going to peek here. Going to go around the eyes and hit around where the temple is. So from the forehead over, this is where your canvas is going to be. Now, I dropped my papers. Like I said, when it comes to Disney designs, like princess designs, you want to find some big things. Like if you're doing an Ariel one, you want there to be shells, you want there to be a fork, and you want there to be music notes. For the Belle one, I'm going to base with a yellow, so we have her dress color. So I'm just going to go from the forehead. This is where I'm going to place my rose here. So I do want that to be a good focal point. So right now I just a nice oval right around, but I still stopped here. I'm also going to do the side of the head, right around the temples. Just like a little sideways triangle here. If I can turn it, see, it comes up from the eye and goes sideways. Now, for this one, I'm going to choose the rose. I'm going to put the teapot, like we're going to have the tea set here. And I want to have the book. So, I'm going to take a secondary color. This one, I don't want to use red just because the rose is going to be my focal point. For this one, I'm going to take a little bit, actually let's do pink. Pink is a good one because then it'll show up the white and the blue from the book. So I'm going to take a little bit of pink, but I'm also going to take my white. Now, if you're going to do Sleeping Beauty, you want there to be the godmother's wands, the pumpkin, and the glass slipper. For Rapunzel, you want there to be the flowers. You can have pastel, you can have a couple paintbrushes. So I'm just going to hit it with the white and connect that into my yellow. But yes, if you have any other princesses that you want ideas for, if you can't think of it, just go ahead, leave a comment. I'll answer them for you, give you some ideas, because I'm here. I always answer back. I'm going to take my pink, just going to go right above my white. Just a little bit here. I'm going to bring it down. right there. You got a new nice little pink shade. You want to go make some eyeshadow with your pink? Go ahead. Gotta go up into the white. Like so. So now we have a good backdrop. So first we're going to go ahead and get our Mrs. Pot on, and we're going to get our book. So I'm going to take my flat rectangle brush. Yeah, can't talk. I'm just going to line out a little teapot here. And do one little cup. And I'm going to do the opposite on this side. So it's basically going to mirror itself. Teapot. I know you can't see it too much until we get the line work on. And then a little cup. I'm going to take my blue for the book. I'll put that right next to it. So I got teapot, cup, book. So basically what you want to do is you have your main focal point, your secondary focal point, and then one side point. There we go. Now here comes the fun part. Roses. Roses look a little complicated, but they're not that hard. So I'm going to start with my red. I'm going to take my medium brush here. Make sure it's nice and bright. There we go. Now when I do a rose, I don't try to stick my hand in the paint. I start with a figure 8. So again, when you do a figure 8 for the rose, you want there to be a smaller loop on the top. And then you want it to bulb out. Like so. I added an extra layer down here. So as you can see, there's a little round spot here, and then it bulbs out. Now, you just go ahead and add little waves right here for our petals. Like so. Now you're going to take your smaller brush, take a nice medium green, and put your stem on there. So again, picking up right here at the bottom. Pull it down about midway, so right at eye level here. Add a few thorns here. You don't need to add leaves. So right now we have our main focal point done. We're going to save our line work for later. Now with Mrs. Pot, she is white and blue. So I'm just going to go ahead and accent the top of her. And get the bottom. spikes at the top here. And hit the bottom. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but just watch. Now we're going to get into our line work. Take your small paintbrush. We're going to use a lot of black on this one, but not so much that it's going to muddy everything. So I'm going to start from my rose. Just do one petal at a time. I'm just outlining the petals. It's also going to fill in any open spots that were left. Like so. Now I'm doing the middle part last. So for the middle, I'm going to line out the center. Just do 2 little C's right here, sideways C's, or parentheses here. Then, what you do is you do a nice diagonal line. Right across from the top of the left side down toward the bottom of the right. That's going to give you your swirl. Then here, you're just going to do the petals on the top, but make sure there's 2 of them. Then do a little swirl in the center, or just an oval. Like so. Then just line out the rest of your stem here. But you definitely don't want to screw up the rose. The rose is going to be your focal point. Now that's done, we're just going to go ahead and line out Mrs. Pop. Just do a nice little outline around. Now line work is very key to these princess ones. Because if it doesn't look right, then you're going to have a little sad child. So, you can see, I'll bring this closer so you can see a good picture. That's our rose. And then we got the Mrs. Pot here. Do the same thing to the other side. Sorry, I'm being quiet. Making sure we got good paint. Good lines. There we go. Now with chip, just go ahead and line them out. Should be right here. Just draw a simple little cup here and give them a little crack. So now we have Mrs. Puff, we have Chip, and finally get the book. You don't have to get too fancy, just go ahead and do an outline. Here we go. Now we have all the detail done, we get to have some fun. If I don't did one, this is one. take my medium brush. We're going to go ahead and add stars. We're going to add swirls. And we're just going to make this a little bit more fun. So I'm going to take my white, go up into my yellow, to my stars. Highlight the rose a little bit. Usually hit the tops of the petals. Add some stars into the pink. I'm actually going to mix a little white with orange, get a nice light orange here. So I can come down from the eye, do a nice swirl with that. Again, the more complicated you make it look, usually the more money parents will tip or something like that. Well, that and the more fun the kids look, like, I can't English. The more fun kids have with it because they're always looking in the mirror. They're trying to find something new, something different with theirs. Especially if, you know, a couple kids have the same face paint design. They're always like, oh, mine's different. Look, mine has this, mine has this. But this is a nice, easy way to really accent it. Right here is how you make a Beauty and the Beast face paint. So you see, we got the book, this is Puff, we got a nice rose right there. Back to book and Puff, got some stars, and we got some swirls. Really simple, really easy. If you have glitter, go ahead, hit the top here, around the top here. You want to keep it away from the eyes. So guys, I will see you in the next one. I hope you enjoy it, and have a great Halloween. See ya!